one of the sad things about technology is the information that it receives is at the end of the day at the discretion of the person who created it. And you will find that the creator of most modern day technology, as we see, whether it be software or hardware, has been designed and engineered by white people who believe that their education and their influence upon the black culture and the black majority as a whole is completely at their discretion. So what you will find is, upon researching these databases and these devices which the white people use to control and psychologically along with biologically manipulate the true reality of the black man, you will realize that the information can be very misleading, and the chances are the information received is very integral to the black people in America, notwithstanding the the diversity within the African continent and the Caribbean islands, and perhaps even amongst Europe, where black people have established civilizations and education and infrastructure and land and knowledge away from the American system, which uses its technology to teach black people everything that's bad for them. Stereotypes, poor statistics, and overall the reality of the situation is, the more you rely on this technology to teach you, teach the black people facts about the black people, when the ironic thing about it is white America has made it blatantly obvious that they share no interest in the problems of the black community. They share very little knowledge about black people besides their pre-assumption and their social status, as far as they're concerned, being on the top while keeping black people on the very bottom of their shoe. You cannot rely on such a so-called advanced technology to teach you about you. And here is the problem, that this technology is being used in the educational system, it's being used within the medical system, it's being used amongst the governments, and this is the technology that is portraying black people to all fit one mass agenda, one mass stereotype. When you walk across a white person on the street, your mind can open up into possibilities as to who or what the occupation of this white person could be, whether it be a lawyer or a financial analyst, so on and so on, even a teacher, a startup enthusiast. However, because of the implementation of this technology, when you walk across a black person on the street, the technology has a very toned, one-dimensional portrayal of the black man, which screams nothing but poverty and danger. And this is the state that we find ourselves in today, that for as long as we live in a technologically advanced world, and we refuse to actually use this opportunity in technology to educate black people about the real nature or the real reality of the collective that we represent, rather than leaving it in the hands of the white masses, and using these white software developed programs, which go as far as reaching the educational system and the medical system, and ultimately at the consequence of the black man due to the inability to develop knowledge of the black man, inability to understand how the black man's brain has been psychologically impacted or socially impacted as a result of years of fighting for freedom and fighting for rights. This level of comprehension is void from technology. And should the black man be seen showing any sort of distress due to the oppression he is receiving, he is told to be labeled as far as the conclusion of these programs or this programming or this system has been concerned. And this is the reality of the situation, that the system is simply put in place to create a pre-assumption of black people without actually foregoing the extensive research deep within black communities and black households. And as a result, black people are forced to act like robots. Like black people do not have human emotions to feel when they are being racially abused, or when there is a degree of hostile behavior being thrown towards them. For we know when a white person even chips their fingernail, they will go crying straight to the hospital. But the black person is told when he is being brutalized to be accepting to fit the robotic standard of the system that has been placed to single any black person out who decides to act otherwise or in accordance to his regular state, his black state, something that technology has completely wiped from the black man and forced him into the role of poverty. And the more this does not become acknowledged, the more we realize that we are in a very bad position as black people to keep leaning on these white structures to further advance our resources and knowledge. Certainly, if we have not developed structure of our own, our minds remain vulnerable, our mentality remains weak, and our impact moving on into a technologically advanced world will always be behind, perhaps even closed off and isolated as far as these programs are concerned, as far as this system is concerned, as far as the white education and the medical teams are concerned. There is no way possible that you will get them to consider your emotions when you have been facing nothing but the impact of trauma, of pain, and you are told that you are not a human being, so you cannot feel that pain, and should you express that pain, they will accuse you of lacking human cause simply because you do not want to devote your time to the same people who oppress you, given the fact that the people who oppress you have nothing more than a fear which they accuse you of, which is secretly integral to them, and what they do is they try to mask that fear by alienating black people and denying further rights to some of the fruits which have been promised to white America as we speak. And the only way to move past a situation is if black people develop a new infrastructure of their own, a new way of understanding how to maneuver past these blocks or these barriers by refraining from white resources, by refraining from white infrastructure and understanding our own community, so that when we go to a school, we are not taught to be white, we are taught to be who we have been within our potential to educate. And should we go into the medical systems, we are not treated as we have white biology, given that our biology is from a completely different part of the globe, and the same treatment you give to white people cannot be the same treatment you give to black people. It's like treating a grizzly bear with the same cure and the same assumptions you make with a polar bear. Two completely different parts of the region, and I am confident that you can conclude from that example that the treatment doesn't work on one as it would with the other. And this is what white people know, but for some reason, whenever the black man is brought into the role of humanity, there is a sense of questioning, a sense of concern as to whether this is a valid cause to remain as a debate. But this is something that the black people need to have as a conversation within the black community in order to further advance and proceed onwards.